Hello and welcome to another Ugins Insight today. Today we've got three of us. We have got myself, Adam. We have got our resident person that likes to put counters on every single creature.
And it's the only one who's glad the snake didn't get banned.
And that is...
Hi, I'm Steve.
And we've also got the resident person who you need to call Ghostbusters to make sure that you beat them. And that's our spirit expert, who is...
Chris.
Okay, so we have got a few topics to talk about today. We are going to talk about the recent release of Modern Masters, or some of our favourite cards. We're also going to talk about whether we've liked it as a set, okay? Because I know there's been some mixed opinions of the set, so it'll be interesting to have a little chat about that. Also, we are going to talk about the Channel Fireball taking over the GPs, and then we're going to talk about with a little funny idea we have got towards the end. But to start off with, as ever with any of our podcasts, we are going to crack a pack. And I thought we'd keep this rather topical, and we have got a Modern Masters pack. So the latest Modern Masters pack, Common Money pack. So let's...
Headphone warning, if we pull Liliana on St. Peter's and we will scream.
So, are we ready? So let's open the pack. As Jordan knows, and the rest of the Ugin knows, whenever I get a pack, I've got the itch to open it, so I've been waiting quite eagerly since yesterday to open it.
Didn't sleep yesterday.
No, I didn't sleep at all. So we are going to start. Okay, so our first card, starting with the commons, is Archanius Web. It is 2 and a green. It's Enchant Creature. So it's an enchantment. Enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. At the beginning of the end step, if the enchanted creature power is 4 or greater, destroy Arcanus Web. So,
No.
It's your bog standards.
Let's ping down a little one.
Let's
Last pick.
let's stop a creature.
Unless
from
something has a really nasty ability that has low power, that would sort of be my last pick.
Yep. Okay, next card. We have got Simic Guildgate. Simic Guildgate enters the battlefield tapped. Not the first pick. It's a green or blue land, sorry. Not the first pick. I think if I was going late into a draft and I knew I was going green or blue, it might be a nice little
Might
pick.
be something in the middle, maybe. If you know you're going those colours definite, then you pick them.
I've got to say, I do like the artwork on these though.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Orc Jailbreaker. It's a 3 NE and 1 black, or 1 swamp. It's a creature. It's a 4/4 defender. And it's got Orc Jailbreaker can attack as though it didn't have defender as long as you control a gate. Now, interestingly, I've just noticed after we've just pulled the previous card, it's asking for the lands with the gate cards. So Simic Guildgate is quite synergises with Orc Jailbreaker. Unfortunately, it's not the right colours, but yeah, again.
Unless you pull a gate, you wouldn't pick it. But if you've got a gate, then when you in those colours, then you would pick it really.
Seems like there's a gate in every single pack though.
Yeah, I think you're pretty safe to get a gate, but yeah, it could be a potential one. It could be a later pick rather than a starter pick. Okay, we have got our next one, Slaughterhorn. 2 colourless and a green. It's a creature that's 3/2, and it's got Blood Rush. For 1 green, you can discard Slaughterhorn from your hand, I'm guessing. Target attacking creature gets +3/+2 until the end of the turn. This is quite good for, I know I'm going to swing just 3 under the health. I'm going to discard this card and whack you. So
yeah, that is quite handy. That would be sort of, if I was going to commons and I was going green, that would be my first pick.
Yeah. So it sounds like an expensive build to smash. So if I was to have a modern deck, I'd rather have build to smash rather than Slaughterhorn, but...
Well, it's nice to have the option if you've got it in your hand to use it. I prefer to just cast it, but
no, you only pay the green. You don't.
So you pay. Oh yeah. So, again, I'd still rather have a
build smash
because it can give trample. So yeah. Next card. Another land. Shimmering Grotto. Add colourless to your mana pool. Add 1 and tap it. Add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. So this is a mana fixer basically.
Yeah.
Quite good. Maybe not for draft.
Don't know, it depends really. I mean, if you've got 3 or 4 colours, that land suddenly becomes quite useful.
Yeah, it really depends if you're going 3 or 4 colours. But you normally don't do that in draft, so...
If you want to use it for a colour, it puts you a turn behind because you have to basically tap 2 lands to get 1 colour.
Yeah.
So
it's like the Prism. You'd rather not use it, but...
If you have to, you will.
Yeah. Okay, next up. Dino Charge. 1 red, Target creature you control gets +2/+0 until the end of the turn, and you can overload it. You may cast a spell for its overload cost. If you do, change its text by replacing all instances of target with each. So this could get ridiculous, and you can pummel everything for 3 mana and give it +2.
So if you've got a wide lot of creatures, you could basically do a lot of damage for it.
Yeah, this works quite a lot for the go wide deck, and you've got the option of pumping everything, or you can just pump the one thing if you need to. But it's a good option. It's a good card. I like it. Okay. Next one, Attended Knight, which is 2 colourless and a white. First strike, it's a 2/2 creature. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token.
Good.
So 3 mana for 1 2/2 and 1/1/1. It's not bad.
And first strike.
Yeah.
It would be good against aggressive decks that have got low toughness, especially with that first strike.
Yeah.
And it's got the 1/1 blocker, which could trade with.
Yeah. It's quite a good card. No.
It could against the right deck. It could be a 2 for 1.
I think that might be a potential choice for a draft. Next one, Rewind. 2 blue and 2 colourless. Counter target spell. Untap up to 4 lands. That's a game changer.
This is quite an interesting card.
So basically, you cast it for free, and as long as you've got 4 mana,
If you've got 4 mana up, you can just
happy days.
make sure you
It's
do
a
that.
fun-
And if you haven't got that, you can just cast some other instant spell for you to draw cards or what have you at the end of the turn.
Yeah, it's a Planeswalker's deck's worst nightmare, I think.
Rewind.
Oh dear. Okay, next card.
Ooh.
Sundering Growth. You can pay 2 green, 2 or 2 white, or you can pay 1 green or 1 white. It's your choice. It is an instant. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, then populate. Create a token that's a copy of a creature token you control.
At the moment, I quite like this card.
Yeah.
The reason being is you can destroy an enchantment and then create another creature in its place.
Yeah,
It
it's not
suddenly
bad.
becomes a really powerful card.
I'm debating whether to put this in the sideboard of my token deck.
Yeah, possibly it works quite well against the Gearhogs.
Funny enough, you saying that, I'm debating that with my allies deck at the minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know whether this is better than Stony Silence. Well, it's definitely not better than Stony Silence, but whether to put more Stony Silence or split it, because this does enchantments as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Next card. Glory Gilgate. So it's a black or green tapped land. So this actually works with the Orc Jailbreaker.
Yay! 2 Gilgates in this pack.
Oh dear, I'm going for the whole set in one pack. But yeah, so it's black or green. You can tap it for black or green, and it enters in tap. So again, maybe you're going black or green, you'll pick it, but maybe not first pick. Okay, next one. Molten Rains. This is the uncommons now. Destroy target land. If that land was non-basic, Molten Rain deals 2 damage to that land's controller. Good, nice little land destruction, I suppose.
Yeah,
Handy
Jordan will like that.
Yeah.
Handy for the gates as well, because you can then deal them 2 damage.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next common. 2 and a red. It's Goblin Assault. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token with haste. Goblin creatures attack each turn if able. Oh my god, this is for
another
Jordan.
Jordan deck.
Yeah.
Not Jordan card.
Jordan is not here today with us, as you know, but he's here with us in spirit. So,
So
He obviously
we're
picked
here
out
and
this
say,
pack.
let's go goblins.
oh dear. So, yep, another goblin card. Okay, next card is Corpse Connoisseur. So when Corpse Connoisseur enters the battlefield, it's for a black and a 4. Sorry, you may search your library for a creature card and put that card onto the graveyard. If you do, shuffle your library, and then you can unearth it for 3 colourless and 1 black, and you can return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, exile at the beginning of the next end step, and then if it would leave the battlefield, unearth only as a sorcery. It's a 3/3, pretty strong.
The only good thing about it is to put you in a modern deck. You put Gravecrawler or Pride Amalgam in the bin.
It's a 3/3 for 5 on its own. Isn't good at all.
It's not a particularly good.
But
Yeah.
Depends on the
it
deck.
depends if you've got a good selection of creatures to pull out the graveyard.
Yep.
But again, I don't think that would be worth 5 mana. Until nowhere near.
If it was 4 mana, I'd say it might be worth it. But
Okay, on to the next card. This is a rare now, isn't it?
I think so.
Yep.
What we got?
God.
Ready? Oh, Mind Shatter. So target player discards X card at round.
Yeah,
2 black and X, so you can pay for X. Well, that's I'm going to discard your whole hand.
Potentially. Good in a control deck
Yeah.
of some sort.
I don't think that's a bad card.
I mean,
be glad it's a sorcery, not an instant.
All you need if you're control, you should be able to in a control game get up to 5-6 mana,
Quite quickly, yeah.
and if you cast that, and you basically discard that.
Okay, so as with every Modern Masters pack, we get a foil. So let's see what the foil is. Coiling Oracle. Oh, this looks like a lovely foil. It's a green or a black. It enters the battlefield. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put that card into your hand.
That is a very good pull.
Yeah, is it?
Yes.
What, for a foil?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you
It's
have
the
it
best.
first?
It's the best common in the set, I think.
Okay.
It's 2 mana, and it basically land fixes you.
Yeah.
So
possibly.
it's a good card for pauper, I think.
Possibly not the first card of the pack I would pick. And then we get a zombie token.
What would I pick?
Personally, I'll probably pick Mind Shatter to start off with. Just purely for trying to eliminate the cards and...
Mind
Yeah.
Shatter.
Yeah.
I imagine, yes, because if we're doing a limited... The games tend to go on for longer. So I imagine you would get value out of that.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see, maybe we can do this after the podcast, to see if these Mind Shatter, Call-in Oracle, maybe Sundering Growth, they are probably our money cards in hype. I'll put in brackets. How much that could have gone? Have they made the pack's worth pack back? So I think Chris is getting on the calculator there and is having a little. I don't think so. But as with Modern Masters, it's a lottery.
Yes.
Probably not the best if you're trying to make money back. It's quite a hard way to get money back. So, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
What would you have picked first? Sorry, Steve, while Chris is doing that.
I would have picked Mind Shatter as well.
Yeah. And
This
Chris?
isn't a great
Mind
deck.
Shatter, to be honest with you, because that is probably the best one, but I would be tempted to do, as strange as it's going to sound, Sunder and Growth.
Yeah, but that's because of the pool you want, isn't it? Yeah, sorry.
No, it's...
Yeah, possibly Attended Night would be a second.
Yeah.
$2.51, so no.
Oh, was that Mind Shatter? Oh, and Sundering Growth.
Yeah. I think-
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so it's not a money pack, but you know it's interesting. You know, you normally buy packs for draft. You're not normally buying packs to make a profit, as one would say. But no, it's an interesting way. I think we all agreed to go with Mind Shatter, maybe Sundering Growth. So that's very interesting. So, talking about Modern Masters, we are going to talk about it as a set. Now, my opinions on Modern Masters to start off with, and we'll kick the debate off here. I'm not a Modern player, as you may have known. I'm very much a Standard player. I'm a person that is kind of looking into Modern at the moment, but, you know, I'm not spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds to make a Modern deck. But this set to me is literally... Am I pulling a pack to get money? Or, sorry, let me retreat this. Am I pulling a pack to get Tamagotchi, Liliana, or Blood Moon off the top of my head? Or one of these 20 quid cards? But I know modern players might feel very differently to this. But as a standard player, this pack, this Modern Master set doesn't really interest me as much as others. I'm more excited for Armin Ket at the moment. It'd be interesting to see what some of your views are.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Adam. You know, if you're a standard player, then yeah, you would probably get this in. But if you're sort of looking at a modern, I think this personally is a brilliant way of actually starting to build up your cards for modern. You know, because there is some really nice cards. I mean, there's a couple of cards that I personally wanted for my zombie deck.
Yeah.
That have really appealed to me, and that which I have pulled, which is a relief.
What about you, Steve?
Well, they try and make sure that each Modern Master set has a few archetypes, so you can
go with it.
Get a few cards for a certain deck if you wanted to build your deck from it. But overall, I think the quality, the cards, there's big big headline cards, but if you look down most of the regular rares, the Shocklands definitely are very good as well.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But you look down most of the other rares, most of them aren't brilliant.
No.
I would say.
There's one or two good ones.
Yeah. Speaking of the rares in the cards, we are going to actually quickly talk about some of the cards we like in the set, which cards we might potentially use. I know all of three of us have either got modern decks or starting to think about going into modern, even myself. But that's mainly towards modern GP ambitions and seeing if we can enter the main event or if we're entering the side events, and that's conversations that are going as an interesting. It's interesting as modern as a format, because modern as a format, a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's not flourishing as much at the moment because they're focusing on the standard. But modern's still very, very popular, and I know at our store at the moment, modern is the main meta that's peaked. There's, especially in the last few weeks, there has been a massive shift between standard and modern. Now I think
that's because Modern Masters being released.
Yeah, Modern Masters being released, and I think because in England this year it's modern GP, so that's going to probably be a popular reason why there has been that shift. But to start off with, we've each picked two cards. I'm going to start with my first card. So I've picked the card Terminus. So it's a sorcery. You can pay 4 on 2 white, unless you pull it from the top of your library. Then you can pay 1 white, and 1 white only. And it is to put all creatures on the bottom of their owner's library. Now this is just a nice little board reset, especially when you're about to lose in the game. You pull it up the top of the deck and go, yeah, I'm going to pay 1 white just to wipe the whole field. And I can imagine this frustrates a lot of people. But it's very interesting. It can be very funny to build miracle decks with this and just focus on the top card drawer and, cause a little bit of a giggle.
The amount of time you've done that with when you've been proxying that card in your modern decks.
Yeah, we have been trying certain card decks online. But yeah, I feel like it's quite a good card.
It is, I tell you what, against a rush deck with a lot of creatures, this is probably a worse nightmare scenario. Nightmare card, because it doesn't destroy it, it just puts everything at the back. So suddenly you've got to re-pull everything again.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, should we move on to the next card, which is Steve?
My first card, this card jumped at me as soon as the set was released. Entreat the Angels.
Yep.
I run a mono white token deck for modern at the moment. I'm thinking of going into green, but at the moment it's mono white. And this costs 3 white and then XX.
Unless.
Yeah, hopefully I never cast it for that, because its miracle cost is 2 white and an X, and the spell is put X 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. Now, when you cast this for its miracle cost, you're basically paying, after the first 2, you're paying 1 mana for a 4/4 white angel creature token.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, even if I pulled it off for a miracle and could only cast it for 1, I'd be satisfied with that.
Well, when
a
you
4/4 for 3 mana.
When you think with the current standard set at the moment, I'm playing Descent Upon the Simple, and you have to. Okay, you got the exile all creatures with it, but to get the 4/4 white flying token, I need to pay 6 and get Delirium. That complements it. If you're aiming just for the angel, obviously I've got the benefit of wiping the field at the same time. But yeah, I think it's a strong card. It's a mythic, obviously. So
it's a good way of getting a lot of creatures up pretty quick if you can get the right draw at the right. I mean, there's sort of ways you could possibly do Serum Visions and then sort of manipulate it.
Yeah,
to get it top of your deck.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah. Moving on to the next card, we have got Chris.
Right, I think this is one card everyone was pretty much screaming at for it to come out. And I know I was, and that was Liliana the Veil. She's one mana, 2 black. She's a Planeswalker. Her +1 is each player discards a card. Her -2 is target player sacrifice a creature, and her -6 separate all permanents target player who controls into 2 piles. That player sacrifices all permanents in a pile of his or her choice. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this is pretty much a really nasty planeswalk because you can +1 her, make people discard cards,
Yeah.
or if they've got a really powerful creature, go play her out and say, oh looky, you got a nice card, let's make you sacrifice it.
It's great. It's a great card if you like to play top deck wars with your deck, and you want to get in a situation where your opponent has no cards in hand, you have no cards in hand, and you're just relying on the top card. That's a brilliant way. And then if she's still on the board, she's got 4/5, and your opponent's top deck a creature, you just go, right, okay, that's fine. I'm going to -2 and make you sacrifice it.
That's the thing, especially there are some cards in black. There's an enchantment where if your opponent discards a card, you can then do certain things. There are reasons why that's a very popular planeswalk, and there's reason why it's £90 just to buy the foil version and £40 to buy the normal version. You know, and that's why
it's completely controlling. Yeah, because you've got the choice of either if they play it, you can, if it's a creature, you can remove it, or if they don't, then they can discard it. They won't be able to get anything on the field.
I mean, the only thing I think planeswalker that sort of even sort of near to it at the minute, if you couldn't get her, was Liliana Heretic Healer out of Origins. She was sort of the closest similar one to get sort of the similar abilities.
Okay, so we'll move to the next card, which is Cruel Ultimatum. Now this is the card I've picked as one of my favourites. Not because it's not the most likely card you're going to play in a game, but it's just funny. Which is 2 blue, 3 black, 2 red. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, discards 3 cards, then lose 5 life. You return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand, draw 3 cards, and gain 5 life. Now I'm just thinking of the ridiculous combo with Narset, where you can get rebound on this and go, yeah, you're gonna sacrifice a creature, discard 3 cards, and then lose 5 life. And then the next go, you're gonna do it again.
Very topical with Amonkhet coming out as well.
Yeah. Now it could, if you're going into modern and you're going to very complement Amonkhet with probably as well Nikas Bolas. You know, there's been very big clues that it's going to be blue, black, red with the Dark Imitations card.
Yes.
This could be a very modern playable card you could use.
I think this is more commander staple, but it's a very powerful commander card.
Yeah.
Yes.
It can do a lot of damage.
You're not going to cast that in a modern game.
You say that though, there is ways
Find a way
of ramping up mana in it, so you could possibly ramp it up to that point.
It's more of a green thing though.
Yeah.
There's no green.
But you know what I mean. It can be possible, but it'd be really hard to do.
Okay, excellent. So we're going to go with the next card, which is from Steve.
My next card, in honour of the absent Luke, his favourite card in the set, Thragtusk. It's a green card, 1 green and 4 other. And when Thragtusk enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. And when Thragtusk leaves the battlefield, create a 3/3 green beast creature token.
Yay, I like big things and gain lots of them. I still think this is going to be ridiculous if you could find a deck to complement Eldrazi Displacer and just keep on bouncing this. I can just see you gaining yourself 5 life and putting 3 creatures on the field.
Any flicker would be value.
But
even if you play it, because green's normally reasonably aggressive, you're going to be down on life.
Yeah.
So that 5 life to help you push over your line if you're trampling over them all the time or what have you, will probably give you 1 extra turn to just walk over them. Plus you get
3 creatures.
3/3 beast creature tokens. You shouldn't be afraid of attacking with it anyway as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of value from that card.
Yeah, excellent. And Chris, your last card.
My last card is Damnation, which is 2 black and 2 mana, and it is a sorcery and it's destroy all creatures, they can't be regenerated. As far as I'm concerned, this is a Wrath of God in black version.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just, when your back's against the wall, you're going to just wipe the board completely. And yeah, it's a very popular card, and I can completely see why. Especially with the state of modern at the moment, where you can get lots and lots of creatures out turn 3 or 4. So, turn 4 you can wipe the board, reset the game. If it's one of your options for one of the slower decks, I think. But yeah. Okay. Excellent. So there are some of our favourite cards from Modern. It's very quick overview. Okay, and now we are going to quickly go into the next part, and it is the future of the GPs for 2018 and beyond. Now, this is a post that was posted by Wizards on the 9th of March, so it's been a couple weeks now since this got posted. It's very interesting. They have decided that all GPs from 2018 will be run by Channel Fireball. Now, this is a lot of people, again, this is a debatable subject. I personally, me, Steve and Chris, we went to GP London last year. That was a Channel Fireball event. I can say I had no problems with that event. It was well run, it was competitive, it was friendly, they had lots of side events. We were never sitting there thinking I'm bored. Yeah, the only time I was sitting around waiting for 8 people to join in the drop-in session. But that's purely because I got knocked out so early. But that's what happens. But on the flip side, we have Channel Fireball taking control of all the GPs. They kind of monopolise the situation. They control how all the GPs are being run, and they've got no competitors. Well, I believe the competitors originally were Star City Games, or
there was loads.
Yeah, there were loads controlling.
There was several. There's a few main ones, but yeah, there were several, and I don't think. The thing is, there's 2 GPs. Most weekends there's 2 GPs.
Yeah.
So they're competing against one another. They might be on the other side of the world, each of them, but they're competing against one another because people halfway in between.
Part of me feels like as long as they remain consistent, they remain, they want this to the best of their ability, and Channel Fireball do as much as they can to make these GPs run as smoothly as possible. I personally don't have any problems whoever runs the GP. You know what? They've got lots of side events. I'm quite happy. They put it out ages in advance. You can sit there, you can plan what side events you can do. I feel like the prices are quite reasonable. It was about £100 for the standard modern or legacy passes at the last GP, and then you had the limited tournament, which is £60. You get a play mat for entering, which is quite nice. You get the card that's complemented with the GPs this year. I can't remember which particular card it is, but I know it's quite a popular one. And it's just an all enjoyable weekend. Do you two have any opinions on?
Yeah, I mean, I've got no issues as long as nothing sort of they don't do anything funny. I mean, I've got no issues with them at the minute.
They say from 2018 and beyond. I wonder how long they've actually agreed this for. Whether it's going to be a trial run for 2018, to see how they do, or whether they've got it locked down for several years.
Yeah, it's just saying we plan to post all details about 2018's Grand Prix, including a complete schedule and format, this summer. So this summer we will find out what the next GPs are. So that's quite early notice. They're giving you plenty of notice. In England we have 2 GPs a year. We have this year. We've got one in August. And we've got one in October, and I believe it's always been 2 GPs in England a year. So we don't get it like every weekend like they do in America, which is probably better for money saving. But it's a bit. It would be nice to have one at the start of the year and one in the middle of the year, for example, rather than having 2 in the space of 2 months. But so this year we've got Modern GP in Birmingham, and we have got Limited GP in Liverpool. And they always do the Limited GP by the sounds of it. I think they do the Limited in England, and then it switches between Modern and the Standard. Like I said, the one GP I've been to, I haven't had any problems. We're looking forward to the GP this year. We're kind of, planning our way through it, planning where we're going to be, what we're doing, main event wise, side event wise. For example, I'm not a massive Modern player, but I know Channel Fireball offers quite an extensive range of things, so I know I'm not going to be sitting there feeling I have to play Modern, which is really good. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they go from beyond. I kind of hope Wizards of the Coast have gone the sensible thing and given the contract to them for a year. So a year's contract. That way, if it does go tits up, or
probably
mucks up,
find some sort of clause in it, sort of we hope that if it does go all wrong, then they can sort of say, yeah, we're stopping it.
Yeah. So fingers crossed, it should be all fine. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, it's always an interesting one. And it's going to be one to be on development.
Watch this space.
Yes. Okay, so finally, we are coming up with a little competition. So this is a competition between the Ugins Insight, and we are going to be doing a bit of it. We've been doing our deck techs. Some of us have done more than others, but we are going to have a competition where we are going to pick a colour, and we have to make the mono colour of that deck. Now, I can't remember exactly if it's a budget or if we can spend as much as we want. It's going to be a standard deck, so I can't imagine it's going to be a ridiculous amount. I think we're going to go for budget. So we'll update you when we fully agreed what the decision is.
Yes.
But today we are going to pick colours. So our challenge is we're going to be given a colour. You've got to make the mono-colour deck of that. So it's a standard deck. We are then going to put the decks online for you to have a look. After that decision, there will be a Twitter poll. And the winner of the Twitter poll, so let's, for example, if Steve won the Twitter poll, he will have to go to F&M at our local store and compete with that deck, whatever he has posted. So if it's mono blue, he's going with mono blue.
This is going to be quite funny, but
yeah,
we're going to cover it more in the next Ugins Insight.
Yeah, so this is what we're going to do today. We are going to pick the colours. In 2 weeks, we are going to discuss the decks and give us the outline of the decks. That will be in the next Ugins Insight. It's probably going to complement in with Armin Ket's spoiler season, so we're going to have to work out the exact date. So this is going to be the interesting bit. Is Armin Ket going to be included in this set? I would imagine not. But
I think we'd hit it before. Maybe it's something we might want to consider after Armin we're actually doing again.
Yeah,
just do that every season.
So we are going to pick our poison. I have shuffled the cards. I've got 5 lands on me. So obviously Luke and Jordan are not here, so they're going to have the last 2, and I'm just going to randomly choose it for them. There'll be 1 card on the left and 1 card on the right. Jordan earlier picked right, so he will have the card on the right. He's picked his own poison. So
no, he's just going to scream at me if it's what colour he wants.
Steve, you have the choice of 5 colours. Pick one. So Steve will be making a mono blue deck.
I'm actually glad at that point. I'm actually glad I've not pulled that.
This is going to be fun. I'm going to frustrate so many people.
This is a public service announcement. Please vote for blue. I want to see Steve go to F&M with mono blue.
Oh dear. I'll just draw every game.
Right, we all know what colour I want.
Chris, your choice?
Oh,
What you got?
white.
So Chris is going with plains. Right,
White
this is my
weenies.
pick. Jordan wanted red. Luke's got green. Wants green. So if I can pick swamp, then we could have them two having the combo they want.
It'd be funny if they pick the opposite.
I've got 3 cards. I've shuffled them. Okay. So one's on the right, one's on the middle, one's on the left. As Jordan's picked right, I'm going to go straight in the middle. I'm going mono red. I am quite happy with that.
It's probably the easiest one.
So Jordan's on the right. He's going mono black. And Luke's going mono green. So we'll be very happy with that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
We are going to build a standard deck, so we are not going to go modern because that will just get ridiculous at the moment. So we are going to go standard, and I believe we might do it budget, but I will get Jordan to confirm that on the Twitter. So keep an eye on the Twitter, keep an eye on our Facebook pages, etc.
This is going to be interesting to see how we all do this.
So yeah, just to confirm, myself will be going mono red, Luke Holloway will be going mono green, Steve will be going mono blue, Chris will be going mono white, and Jordan will be going mono black. Okay, now that is our podcast. I hope you have enjoyed our podcast. A little bit different without Jordan, but just last few things. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe and like to our YouTube channels. And the giveaway Jordan is running until the 31st of March. So please make sure you like that video and you put a comment on that video. Don't forget we are on iTunes, so you can listen to us on iTunes. Maybe on the way to work when you want to listen to some magic. You can listen to us talking on the way to work to brighten up your day.
Or darken it.
Okay.
Well, you are black man.
Zombie man.
That is all we've got time for, so I would like to say thank you very much. It's been Adam here. I hope you have a nice day, and bye from me, bye from Steve.
See you.
And bye from Chris.
Goodbye, guys.
Cheers, guys. See you later.